Hi, I'm Lita. Welcome back to my van conversion series, where I turned this old work van into the camper of our dreams. Last week I got the ceiling done and done the first step of my electrics. This week's video will probably be the most exciting video so far, because I'm building my furniture and my overhead cabinets, as usual with a few curveballs.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Subscribe to the channel, let's make Clementine shine again.
What's up guys? Today I'm gonna start on the overhead cabinets. Ideally you would build the cabinet outside the van and then just fit it. But because I don't have space, you've seen it, I've been doing everything on my driveway. I don't have a lot of space to do that, so I'm gonna actually build the cabinet as I go, I guess. And then the way I'm gonna do this is simply gonna use this strip of wood. This is pretty cheap, so it's 19mm by 38mm and £3 per piece. So this corner here I bought 5 pieces, so £15. And yeah, pretty cheap because I don't plan to do a massive cabinet. This van has the perfect size for us, but it is small comparing to vans that people build usually. After all, it's a short wheelbase. I didn't want to feel really cramped. Also, I'm not super confident on my building skills, so I had this panic of the cabinet falling to my head during the night. So yeah, I'm gonna do an okay sized cabinet. And again, remember guys, we're building this to travel, not to live in the van. A lot of decisions we made, we compromised storage, but I think we'll be alright. So yeah, I'm gonna start with a strip here where I have my button. Then I'm gonna have another one at the top, and then basically I'm gonna build L's between them. And oh, of course, and I'm gonna have one across the ceiling where I have the buttons as well. So fingers crossed it will work. I'm not a perfectionist. In this van we work with, it's good enough. I did something stupid guys. So I finished putting the main buttons and then I realized it was too big. Like, I planned like a smaller cabinet, how come it's so big? I realized I glued the thing in the wrong spot, and now I have a lot of Sikaflex on my roof. So I tried to clean it while it's still wet, didn't work. I'm gonna let it dry and then try to scrub it or sand it with a wire brush. There's no other thing I can do, I guess. I could not leave the cabinet that big, it was so cramped. It is what it is. But on that note, this is really solid. So I'm gonna start with the L, and then after that I'm gonna put 3 supporting diagonal kind of thingies.
A few moments later.
Building things is so relaxing, isn't it? Except if you look at the footage, I'm not building, I'm removing.
This is absolutely chaos. So I realized I made another mistake. When I measured the height, I forgot to count for the wood underneath. So yeah, I had to remove again, but that one will be covered. And then my drill battery just went dead when I realized the mistake. So I had to unscrew with a manual hand screwdriver. One of those days, nothing is going right. Should I just stop for today?
Yeah, probably.
I'm so stupid, oh my god. Fucking idiots. Now, all I have to do is... Oopsie.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
This is not straight. Oh no. No, I'm not. No. I think when I redid this, I actually just used the other way around. Let's have a look. Because I reused the screw. So this is 56. And this is 58. Nah. Okay, I think I can fix this. But I'll have to sew a little bit of this top supporting button. But it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Anyway, so now we measure from here to there. So it's 30. Guess what my problem is? I'm gonna have to move this again. But luckily, I'm gonna have to move to the front. Right, piece of advice, guys. Leave this top piece for last if you're doing like I am. Okay? What a nightmare, honestly. This is absolutely ridiculous. I swear to God, I was dreading fitting a window, I was dreading fitting the roof fan, but this is the most difficult thing I've done so far. Without a doubt. Only because I'm really, really stupid.
Hey, at least I acknowledged it. And yeah, you can tell that at this point I was talking to myself.
Around here. I'm gonna follow this line, and then it's straight. There. There. Is it straight? Can you guys tell? Oh, no. Is this fucking straight? I'm losing my mind. I am losing. So you guys fell from a really high altitude. The camera is fine. But I lost the footage. So basically, I think I fixed it now. It looks aligned. Yeah? More messy glue there. This was so painful, honestly. So, enough of talking. Let's do the time-lapse thing that you guys like. To do something really stupid. All I needed was a handsaw, but it broke. Anyway. So I ran out of battery for the camera as well. But I did the part on it underneath. And I'm doing the sides now. Oh, looks so nice.
After watching all the chaos, do you believe I got to this? Am I surprised as you are, honestly?
Voila! And I'm gonna show you a magic trick. Ah! Yeah. This is the part where I tell you that I actually cheated. Because the whole time I'm telling you how I'm gonna build the cabinet, I had already built all this. But, hear me out. Building the second one was much more difficult. Okay? Maybe because I had built this one, which is bigger. It goes all the way to the back. I felt confident. I felt like, yeah, done the hard one. I'm just gonna do the smallest one for the video. But then when you get overconfident, that's when you get trouble. Next step would be building the bench slash bed, because we're going with the U design. That becomes a double bed.
The way I decided to build my furniture is not the most wood efficient way, but in my head was the easiest way, which is basically building framings and then covering the sides. The reason why I say it's not the most wood efficient way, it's because when you add drawers, you're gonna lose a little bit of space as well. And you need to account for the wood to do the framing. But it's pretty solid, which is always a good idea in a camper that will be shaking and vibrating all the time.
Fixing the wire that I passed here, so I passed a positive and a negative, and in fact the wire I need is different, so I'm gonna have to pass it again. I'm gonna finish fixing the glue screw up in the ceiling, so I managed to remove the glue, but I need to sand it and, you know, give it another coat of varnish. It feels super nice to be able to put my tools in the top cabinets that I built last week. And I ran out of wood, that's why I didn't finish setting up the frame of the furniture, but I'm happy I didn't, because I realized, hey, I'm gonna make my job so much harder when I decide to put the flooring, right? So I bought the flooring. So it's just a, I don't know if that's the name, but it's just a piece of lino there, like a rubberish thing that fakes wood. I bought adhesive wood because I was out of it as well, so I can carpet that corner there. I think I'm gonna carpet the back of that toilet wall, so it's nice from the cab. I'm gonna sand these cabinets and start painting them, only because I don't want to install the floor if I'm gonna mess with a lot of paint. Yeah, like a large area. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give the first at least a couple of coats for the cabinets. And I bought a small piece of ply to see if it would be alright for the cabinet doors. I also bought some hinges that I'm really excited about. They're kind of vintage. Oh, and I bought the LED strip lights. I bought them waterproof, and then I bought the wires, the wrap wires, because it's RGB, so it had 4 wires. And I bought the connectors, so I'll be able to have a small piece there because I'm gonna have a pillar, a large piece here, and then another one is just with one click, everything turns on. If I have time this weekend, I'm also probably gonna cut the wood for this wall here. Just because I don't need to move a large piece of wood every time I need to work in a van. And clean it. I have a lot of sawdust everywhere. So I'm gonna hoover everything, leave it nice and clean, so I can start with the floor. Yeah, exciting! So I finished installing the reading lights, and then I plugged into one of those cigarette lighters kind of thing, just to see if they work, because they came from Timo. So let's have a look. Yes, that's one. That's two.
Look who's here to help me today. How are you feeling? Great?
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
I'm gonna have to do this now, otherwise it's gonna get really hard. It's gonna be really hard to do the flooring with all the furniture. I'm already so tired right now. I painted all the cabinets, started on the doors, and then what I'm thinking of doing with the door is I'm gonna do the base as white, but then I think it will be too much white if everything. So just to give a touch of color, I'm thinking of doing the same I did with the window. So I'm thinking varnish this like a wooden frame around it. It's gonna look something like this. I think it's not, doesn't look professional, but it's good enough, I guess. I think it looks good. Maybe I'll put the door up, see how it looks before I do that. Then if I don't like it, if I think this will look better, I guess I can just glue it. These are my vintage hinges. Got it from Amazon. It's good that it doesn't take a lot of space at the top. It wasn't decided. I kind of went with it. The hardware will be black, I guess.
There's a porch light burning, calls me from the road where the fields stretch wide and the river.
So this is how my cabinet doors will look. Then I'll have a handle here that I'm probably gonna install a little bit over the trim there so it's not hanging. But yeah, that was the easiest way that I could think of how to do a cabinet, because it doesn't matter if you cut a little bit crooked so it's not 100% straight, because then you make it straight with these. So yeah, so far so good. Look at the situation at the moment. So it's raining, obviously, because it's England. So I had to improv some sort of tent so I could cut wood here. So I've done the framing of the bed. I started with some really thick wood, and then I realized it was far too thick. I didn't need that. So I got these, which I think is 34 by 34 mil. Then what I'm doing at the moment is the cutting out the slats to the pull-up bed. I'll show you in a minute. So, because it's raining, everything's soggy, but you can see the flooring's done. I'm really happy with the floor. Now, it feels super cozy as well. So this, obviously, you had seen before. And then this is new, which is the other, what's it called? It's not cupboard. Countertop. Yeah, it took me like 30 seconds. And this is pretty much where I left off. Yeah, today I want to finish this bed. My back is hurting really bad now. Probably due to moving this really heavy kind of wood sheet. And so I'm gonna try to take it easy afterwards. it, and I'm gonna finish the cupboard doors as well. I'm gonna finish at least this one. So this is how the bed will work. So basically I have this piece of wood here, which is sitting on some support beams there, and then once I slide, so this is fixed to that, this is fixed to that. Once I slide, I also left 2 supports at the ends. And once I slide, we'll have the bed there. Pretty simple design, I guess, but I think it will do. One thing I notice is that the back seat there, it's much bigger than the sides. I don't think that's bad. I think that gives us a little bit more... Why am I talking like this? I think at the very least gonna give us more storage, which we're compromising a lot by this layout. And also make like some sort of a lounge there. So if you want to like take a nap in the middle of the afternoon or something, or watch a movie, really comfy. So I think that's good.
I realize now that I kind of went crazy with the lights. I couldn't decide which lighting I wanted in the van, so I just got them all. So I have the spotlights in the ceiling, I have reading lights and strip lights.
Right guys, so installing the LED strips, I ended up just gluing the metal supports instead of screwing, just because I didn't want like any gap between them. Oh no.
Clumsy! Of course it didn't work at first.
What the fuck?
But where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, I fixed it. Nice. So, oh, it was this connector, it wasn't properly plugged in, so I just did it again, really. But yeah, happy with that. Then you can change the colors there. Cool.
Woohoo, vibes! That's it for today guys, I hope you liked the video, we got loads done. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments what you think of it, and I hope I see you again. Let's make Clementine shine again.